Below Deck Captain Lee recently ranted at a fan who claimed former crew member Eddie Lucas has a drug problem. Captain Lee blasted the fan on Twitter after a chain of comments resulted in one fan commenting that Eddie was indeed mixed up with drugs. Captain Lee's response was less than friendly. Eddie Lucas on drugs. OG Below Deck crew members Captain Lee and Bosun/First Officer Eddie Lucas have appeared together on the show over several seasons. Fans have been wondering where Eddie went after he left the show at the end of Season 9. Fans went to Twitter on April 5th to pose the question as to what Eddie Lucas is up to. One fan even directed their question at Captain Lee. The fan says, "Hey Captain, is Eddie up? I know he does tugboats, I'm sure everything is shut down." Captain Lee stated that Eddie is well and doing fine. Another fan chimed in to say Eddie has a drug problem. Within the hour, Captain Lee had responded to the hateful comment. Lee states, "You are so misinformed, and to spread such lies earned you a block." "Well done, DB." Fans responded to Captain Lee immediately. One fan states, "Imagine getting a block by the one and only Captain Lee. I think it would hurt worse than finding out about Santa." Another fan added, "This person deserves the block. Thank you, Captain Lee." Eddie's past. This isn't Eddie Lucas's first time in the news for drama regarding his use of drugs. After former crew member Hannah Ferrier was found with drugs in her possession, Eddie stated he would have a good time with the drugs. In an interview with Andy Cohen about the incident with Hannah, Eddie stated that "I would have taken it and gone to the closest Fish concert and would have had a great time." Eddie laughed and went on to explain, "No, if I had found that stuff, the first thing I probably would have done would be go and talk directly to the person and been like, get rid of it. Get it off the boat, and let's never speak of this again." Eddie continued to explain that if the crew's or the guests' safety was at all in jeopardy from Hannah's behavior from taking the drugs, then absolutely I would have brought it to the captain's attention, and if it's THC or CBD, I don't know, but I think the first line of order would have been drug testing. That really is the normal procedure in that case. All joking aside, it sounds like Eddie, in the end, will follow procedure and keep all crew members and guests safe while aboard. For more Below Deck drama, tune in Monday at 8 p.m. ET/PT. RHONJ star Teresa Giudice was cropped out of a recent promotional photo by her co-star Rachel Fuda. Since that happened, what did Teresa's estranged sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga, have to say? Keep reading to see her reaction to this petty action. RHONJ Teresa Giudice cropped out. Melissa chimes and things did not end well last season between Teresa Giudice and some of her RHONJ co-stars. Rachel Fuda's husband, John Fuda, had words with Teresa's husband, Luis Ruelas. During the season 13 reunion, Ruelas alleged that he had something on all of the cast. More so, he claimed that he had famed PI, Bo Dietl, on the case as well, so it did not sit well with many people. Now, a new season will start in May, and the cast is trying to promote it. Teresa and her sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga, kept their distance during filming as it looked like one of them would not be returning for season 14. As it turned out, Rachel Fuda chose an interesting promotional technique. She cropped Teresa out of the cast photo, which some found to be funny and entertaining. If anything, she was showing exactly where she stood with the mother of four. Melissa chimed in with a skeleton and checkmark emoji, meaning she approved of this alteration. Teresa took it upon herself to retaliate in the most Teresa way possible. She posted a solo photo from the shoot on her social media, and fans loved this. Teresa said, "Since y'all want to crop me out of photos, I'm just post the one and only important factor, me. Queen of all queens. Can't even tell your back hurts from carrying the franchise." It was also noted that she had been put at the very end of that RHONJ cast photo, which was not an appropriate place for her. More so, it made it easier for Rachel to crop her. So, despite what Melissa had to say, Teresa made her presence known and forgot about everyone else. Rachel doomed from the start. It seemed that Rachel Fuda was doomed with Teresa Giudice the moment she started on RHONJ last season. According to Page 6, she was on their Really Tea podcast and shared that she had no chance of success due to how she got cast. In February 2023, Fuda said this. So, coming on the show as Melissa's friend, I personally felt like I was immediately polarized, even without polarizing myself. Just put Melissa next to me and I'm, like, written off automatically, which sucks for me because I would have liked a fair chance to have gotten to know Teresa and maybe flourish our own friendship. Rachel and Teresa will continue to face off come season 14, so that could be why she cropped the OG from the cast photo. What do you think of Melissa's reaction? More so, do you think it was immature of Rachel to crop Teresa from the pic in the first place? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Melissa Gorga of the Real Housewives of New Jersey recently had a scare at her house. What ended up being an earthquake freaked her out and she thought it could have been a ghost. It scared her so much that she called 911 asking for help. Melissa Gorga shares what happened. ET got an exclusive with Melissa, and she shared what went down at her house when the earthquake happened this week. This earthquake was a 4.8 and was felt all over the Northwest United States. Melissa was totally shocked by it. Here is what she said. I was in complete shock. I was downstairs in my gym, working out all by myself alone in the house. Nobody's here today other than me and my dog, and the house sounded like it was being invaded. It was like shaking. The floor was shaking. Melissa went on to explain more. She had weights in her hands and felt like her roof was shaking. It probably was, but Gorga had no idea what was going on. After that, she received a notification that her front door, which she never leaves unlocked, was open. Melissa had no idea what was going on. Gorga thinks there is a ghost. Melissa Gorga actually got scared and thought it was a ghost. She said she has never dealt with something supernatural before and thought that this was her first encounter with a ghost. Melissa went on to say, I am screaming. I'm running up the stairs. I have 911 ready to push, so I dialed it on my phone. It was then that she realized what was going on. Melissa got messages from Envy Boutique employees saying they felt the same thing. Then her husband Joe called to check on her. Luckily, it was just an earthquake that scared Melissa. She also shared about it on Instagram, and you can see the post below. Here is what some of the fans had to say on Melissa's post. Scared the hell out of me. I'm in Wyckoff and my house shook so badly that I ran outside. My entire house shaking from an earthquake was not on my Friday morning bingo card, but here we are. Did she need to say I was working out? Glad you are okay. Are you shocked by Melissa Gorga calling 911 for a ghost that turned out to be an earthquake? Sound off in the comments below on your thoughts.